at 6, a school bus driver and her 2 children are alive after some bullets got dangerously close to them.
A family in shock tonight after a crash kills a local high school senior.
The bike lane's coming to a busy Midtown Atlanta street, causing some huge headaches for drivers right now.
For the first time since January 2025, Gwinnett County officially has a full-time school superintendent.
Atlanta News First starts now with breaking news.
That breaking news here tonight at 6. A school bus driver and her 2 children are okay after a stray bullet hit their bus in southwest Atlanta. I'm Blair Miller.
And I'm Tracy Hutchins. Atlanta Public Schools said the bus had already finished its route when gunfire near Campbellton Road sent glass flying, causing minor scratches to those children, but no serious injuries. Police tell us a man nearby was shot, but he survived, and both APS police and Atlanta police now investigating.
As temperatures swing, the dry weather dominates.
It does. Here's First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez. No rain for days.
Yeah, no rain for days, and even when we do have a chance of rain, it's teeny tiny, if that. Really struggling to get any moisture whatsoever. Today we were a little cooler, but really this is normal for this time of year. Upper 60s, near 70. It's 70 right now in Rome, 68 in Atlanta, 64 in Athens. Really nice night ahead. Temperatures will be in the 60s through about 9 o'clock, and then we'll be in the 50s. Very pleasant with partly cloudy skies. We'll drop down to about 54 in Atlanta, which is actually warmer than what we typically see this time of year. Normally we're in the 40s. We'll be in the mid-50s tomorrow, and it gets even warmer by the afternoon, climbing to 80 degrees tomorrow. That is just the beginning of a big warm-up, near record heat on Friday. More on how warm it's going to get and how long it will last coming up.
Gwinnett County students and staff now have a new superintendent. School board members voted Dr. Alexandra Estrella into the role today. Atlanta News First, Adam Murphy is live from Gwinnett County Public Schools headquarters tonight. So, Adam, what did board members have to say about their pick on this?
Well, they were all on the same page. They voted unanimously in favor of Dr. Estrella becoming the next superintendent of our state's largest school district.
This was not an easy process, and it should not have been.
Gwinnett County school board members voted to appoint Dr. Alexandra Estrella as the next superintendent to lead the state's largest school district.
She has demonstrated in Norwalk a high graduation rate that has increased during her tenure there.
Estrella has served as regional superintendent in New York City schools and is coming to Gwinnett from the Norwalk School District in Connecticut, where an anonymous petition with more than 1,000 signatures called for a vote of no confidence following budget concerns in the district under her leadership.
I hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Holly Terry is a concerned parent with a special needs child in the district and said multiple parents from Connecticut shared concerns online with her about Estrella.
What really stood out to me as a special needs parent was how being fiscally irresponsible in that way significantly impacted the special needs students and those students that need those additional accommodations within the district.
But Gwinnett County board members say she's learned from her past and is bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience to the job.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I think the fact that she's Hispanic, the fact that she's bilingual, that I think resonate with the largest group of students that we have in Gwinnett County Public Schools.
Gwinnett County Public Schools sent this statement in response to any concerns, saying, working with Alma Advisory Group, the board ensured that each candidate was carefully vetted through multiple steps, including leadership background review, professional reference checks, and in-depth competency-based interviews designed to assess experience, leadership approach, and ability to lead a large and complex school system.
There's a lot of questions and concerns based on what we are seeing from these other districts. And of course, parents, they want to know who we've just hired.
Now, Estrella was not present here at the meeting today. We understand she will be available in the coming days and weeks for us to sit down with her and learn more about her vision for this county moving forward. We're live in Gwinnett County tonight. Adam Murphy, Atlanta News First.
Now at 6, a Haralson County High School senior is dead, and a family is left grieving after a car crash killed their son. Atlanta News First, Bridget Spencer is live in Haralson County near that crash site. And Bridget, the family, they are preparing to lay their son to rest.
Tracy, they are. In fact, we just left the funeral home where they were holding a family hour or a visitation. Now, Jacob Stiles was on this highway traveling on Saturday when he tragically lost his life. Now, Georgia State troopers say a car was driving down the highway and stopped for animals to cross. Now, Jacob Stiles was riding in the passenger seat here along Georgia 1 in Haralson County with a friend when they stopped right behind that initial stopped car. Now, troopers say a pickup truck, the third car, did not stop and slammed into the back of Stiles' car. So essentially, this was a pileup. The tragedy has left the family to grieve the spry 18-year-old whom they say had plans for his life. He was just about to graduate from Haralson County High School. They decided to donate his organs once taking him off life support, something they say he would have wanted.
I'm just glad from such a tragic thing to happen, something good could come from it. My son's gone. And I feel like some bad decisions caused this.
Now, there was also a fourth car that ended up in the pileup. Jacob was the only person who died in this. The person he was with, his friend who was driving, was also seriously hurt, but he is expected to be okay. We're live in Haralson County. Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
Tonight, a South Fulton police officer faces felony charges after a woman says he sexually assaulted her while she was in custody. Investigators say Officer Michael Cochran pulled her over on the way to jail and forced her to perform sex acts, with dashcam video backing up part of her account. City leaders say Cochran will be fired.
Happening right now, DeKalb County parents are weighing in on possible school closures and consolidations. The district is hosting meetings at Towers High and Stone Mountain High as it considers a plan that could close or repurpose 22 campuses. Families have rallied to save the schools. They say they don't trust the data. The district said it needs to fix both empty and overcrowded buildings. Atlanta News First is at tonight's meetings.
Some frustration among drivers as new bike lanes are under construction on another Atlanta street. But cyclists say these are necessary to save lives. Atlanta News First, Yasmina Alston is live along 14th Street in West Midtown. So Yasmina, tell us more about the projects and the impact.
Well, if you've driven on this stretch of 14th Street between the downtown connector and Northside Drive, you've probably noticed some of the changes. There are lanes closed, and there's also a change in the traffic flow. Today, we spoke with drivers and cyclists to see how they feel.
It's just not enough room for cars.
Driving on this stretch of 14th Street in Midtown between the mile route starting near the connector and ending on Northside Drive, the road looks a bit different. You'll notice what was 2 lanes is now 1 on parts of this stretch.
I have, and I'm wondering what is the purpose, the end game.
That's because the state is working on safety improvements, which includes the addition of 2-way cycle lanes. The Georgia Department of Transportation says the project is aimed at reducing speeds, especially for vulnerable road users. But the changes are also causing a headache for some drivers who say the traffic has been impacted and has left them wondering if it'll get better.
It's hard to say because I don't know what the ultimate effect will be, but it definitely has. I'm looking at the instant effect, and it's creating a lot of traffic. So it makes me take a different route, you know. I only take 14th Street if I necessarily have to.
According to GDOT, some of their project will ultimately help with traffic flow and, most importantly, make the street safer for cyclists.
Having that dedicated space and some visual reminder.
Rebecca Cerna with the cycling organization Propel ATL is excited about the bike lanes. Plus, this gives cyclists a track to travel between Midtown and West Midtown near the connector.
It can be really challenging if you live on one side of the highway and you work on the other side.
Avid cyclist David Matthews with Bike Friendly ATL works to change how cyclists are treated on the roads. That includes bike lanes.
Slows people down. The biggest addition to fatalities, speed.
But he also wants drivers to be more responsible when sharing the road.
You gotta have people being a little more accountable. That's all. I mean, are cyclists wrong? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We pay for it though. We pay for it, sadly.
And GDOT says there are an average of 2 pedestrian crashes and 1 cyclist crash on this stretch of 14th Street per year. We're live in Midtown. Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
Well, starting this Saturday, MARTA rolls out its new Better Breeze fare system. For 5 weeks, riders can use either the old or new system while they switch out. You can tap to pay with a bank card or mobile wallet, new Breeze cards, and a new app. Fares stay at $2.50 a trip. You will need to use the same card or device for all transfers to avoid being charged twice.
On Friday, a federal judge in Atlanta will hold a hearing on Fulton County's battle with the FBI over the raid on the county's elections hub. Mediation between the U.S. government and county leaders failed, so the judge will now decide whether to throw out Fulton's subpoena for an FBI agent after agents seized 2020 election ballots, voter rolls, and other records in January.
Cherokee County wants your input on the future of Bells Ferry Road. At 5:30 tomorrow, neighbors can drop by an open house at Greater Church to see proposed changes to the 3-mile corridor, from safer sidewalks and intersections to new housing and transit options. And they can also weigh in on whether this growing area can handle even more development.
Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez.
Will be slightly milder tomorrow morning as you head out the door. Will be in the mid-50s, then climbing quickly. By noon, we're already at 70 degrees, and then we'll climb to near 80 tomorrow. High temperatures normally are in the upper 60s, around 68 degrees. So it'll be a good 10 to 12 degrees above that as we get up to 80 in Atlanta and Athens, 82 in Eatonton, 83 in Rome. Even warmer on Friday. Friday, near record heat. Forecasting high of 85 degrees ahead of a weekend cool down. More on how warm it's going to get and how long that cool down will last. Minutes away.
Ahead at 6, new possible clues in a weekend shooting near a busy Kroger.
Brookhaven police want to find this man right here after an elderly person was shot in the stomach.
And another setback for a local celebrity entrepreneur, Pinky Cole, fighting to get her home back.
Faster and get your First Alert quicker. News your way, always free. Download the all-new Atlanta News First News app today. Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez.
We've got little to no rain at all through the rest of March, and honestly, the first several days in April, likely little to no rain in the forecast, and we desperately need it. We are in a drought. Looking way ahead, this is April 2nd through the 8th. Normal conditions expected. Honestly, it looks around April 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. We may get a decent shot of rain, but until then, it is going to be fairly dry. It's also going to be warm. More on those temperatures coming up in your Super 7-day forecast.
Brookhaven police, they are asking for help tonight after someone shot a 75-year-old man in a Kroger parking lot.
Police just released some images of a person of interest. Here it is. A man in a black hat, blue jacket, dark pants, carrying a dark tote bag with tan straps. Officers said the man was shot Sunday morning outside the Cherokee Plaza store on Peachtree Road.
Bloody Vegan owner Pinky Kroll said a property manager is illegally shutting her out of her own home. Atlanta News First reported in February that Asia Cole filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Well, now she's filed an emergency motion accusing Guardian Asset Management of changing the locks on her Loganville house. Cole wants a judge to declare it a violation of the automatic stay and order the company to give the property back. Recently, Cole signed on as a new cast member for the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Some people call it the happiest place on earth, but if you can't make it to a Disney theme park, they are right here in town. Happening tomorrow only, Disney World is showing off Cool Kids Summer in downtown Atlanta. They'll be at Pemberton Place from 11 to 3, where families can enjoy a free pop-up, complete with Mickey ice cream, the sunglasses, pictures, and a chance to win a free trip to Disney World. That's tomorrow, starting at 11 a.m. at Pemberton Place.
Well, 3 days, Top Chef's Georgia's Best Wine. Take your appetite to Marietta this weekend. It is the return of the Georgia Food and Wine Festival. Always a great time. That event is Saturday and Sunday at Jim R. Miller Park. There are a wide range of ticket prices depending on what your family wants to do. And here's something even better. Our First Alert weather team, they're going to be out there, so make sure you stop by and say hi.
Now, your First Alert Weather Super 7-day forecast.
To kind of take in with this Super 7-day forecast. As we normally see this time of year in the month of March, we get a lot of highs and lows, a lot of shifts with these cold fronts that come through. That's what we're going to see over the next 7 days. These fronts that we have this week, though, are dry, what we call dry fronts. Maybe they squeeze out a shower, but overall rain chance is low, which is a blessing when it comes to potential severe weather. This is our severe weather season, so we don't have any of that. over the next 7 days, but we desperately need the rain and we're just not going to get it. But we are going to see those changes in temperatures. Over the next 2 days, we're going to see highs in the 80s. Normally we're in the 60s, so temperatures will be well above average, starting off in the 50s tomorrow morning. Maybe you'll need a light jacket briefly, but by the afternoon we'll be in the upper 70s near 80, even warmer on Friday. Friday, you can watch the Braves for free right here on Atlanta News First. So if this is a little too toasty, at least for a March game, I get it. You can watch that game in your AC. If you are heading to the game, definitely grab some shorts. High temperatures on Friday will be in the mid-80s. And I want to show you that hour-by-hour forecast because even for that first pitch at 7:15, it will be very toasty. Temperatures near 80 degrees. By the 5th inning, we're still near 80 degrees. And as that game is coming to an end, we're going to be near 70. So very warm for that home opener at Truist Park. A front will move through late Friday into Saturday. It'll bring some clouds, maybe a sprinkle to the mountains, but no rain here in the metro. It will cool us down, though. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s and near 70 as we head towards the weekend, but then warming right back up next week. Upper 70s on Monday. Next Tuesday, another game you can watch for free right here on Atlanta News First. Another warm one, too, 81 degrees, then mid-80s next Wednesday.
Celebrates 60 years in the city. A Hall of Famer celebrates a milestone birthday.
Yeah, Braves legend Tom Glavine turns 60 today. The left-hander won more than 300 games, captured 2 Cy Young Awards, and earned World Series MVP honors in 1995 as he helped lead Atlanta to a championship. So happy birthday to him, 60. Wow.
Well, you can watch the Braves season opener right here on Atlanta News First. Atlanta will host the Kansas City Royals Friday night. First pitch just after 7 p.m.
Yeah, just 2 days out from the opening day for the Braves. We got nothing on the roster tonight.
Yeah, we do. Atlanta News First sports director Bailey Burmaster here with the details on that.
Yeah, like who's on the roster for the first time and what Atlanta is doing with its pitchers. That's all next in sports. Set their 26-man roster for opening day. That roster includes 13 pitchers, 2 catchers, 7 infielders, and 4 outfielders. No major surprises. A lot of moves seem to be in favor of pitching depth. Right-handed pitcher Bryce Elder breaks camp with Atlanta for the first time in his career, despite leading the club in starts over the last 3 seasons. Meanwhile, right-handed pitcher Osvaldo Bido making the roster despite just being picked up by the team. Friday's game can be seen right here on Atlanta News First, but it doesn't stop there. Join us Tuesday, March 31st as the Braves host the Athletics. That game is also right here on Atlanta News First. The U.S. men's national team getting ready for their first of 4 friendlies, taking on Belgium Saturday at the Benz. Atlanta News First Kinsey Lee has the latest from training in Marietta. Less than 80 days away from the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and Atlanta United's training grounds currently home to the U.S. men's national team as they get ready for their first 2 friendlies. 4 months since the last training session together with this team, and as the players fight for their spot on this roster, they're also fighting to put this team on the map with a simple mantra.
Why not us? You talk about the World Cup, they think Argentina, they think that they're really big countries in football to win it, and for some reason people automatically just consider the U.S. not to be able to win it. How football works is whoever wants it more on that day is going to win.
It doesn't really matter about the competition because we obviously have so much quality on this team. It's about, that work ethic or that, passion you really bring.
A familiar face there as Miles Robinson returns to Atlanta. He played for Atlanta United from 2017 to 2023, now with FC Cincinnati, but happy to be back.
First and foremost, I'm very grateful, to be back and, representing the Stars and Stripes here. But, I think Atlanta definitely did a lot for me in terms of my career. I definitely learned a lot from, my time here.
And some special guests made an appearance ahead of practice. Braves opening day this Friday against the Kansas City Royals. And Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, and Carter Jensen presented with their very own jerseys from Christian Pulisic. The United States taking on Belgium this Saturday at the Benz, followed by Portugal on Tuesday. Reporting in Marietta, Kinsey Lee, Atlanta News First. Some other big soccer news, Arthur Blank has named Mauricio Calabro as president of soccer. He will be in charge with elevating Atlanta United, leading every aspect of the launch of the NWSL team, and serve as the organization's primary liaison for its ongoing partnership with U.S. Soccer. Can't go on without talking about the Hawks, who are back in action tonight. Atlanta in Detroit to face the Pistons. Tip-off for that one is set for 7. That is a big game for Atlanta headed your way. Also big news for the Atlanta Dream. The team will have 5 games at State Farm Arena this year. The matchup include games with the Aces, Fever, Tempo, a second against the Fever, and then the Sky. That home opener against the Aces is at State Farm on May 17th, so you're going to want to mark your calendars. Blair and Tracy.
Thank you, Bales. Well, tomorrow marks 5 years since a devastating tornado hit Noonan.
Tonight on First Alert Weather Extra, we return to Coweta County, where an EF4 twister damaged more than 1,700 buildings.
A California neighborhood is testing a new way to fight dangerous heat. It's called cool pavement, and there's proof it actually works. Thanks for watching The 6 here on Atlanta News First.
First Alert Weather Extra is next in just a few minutes. Stay with us.